You ever hear a story that just stays with you? That hits your spirit deep, not just because of what happened, but because of who it happened to? This is the story of Vanessa Guillén. Vanessa was born in Houston, Texas, a daughter, a sister, a friend. Her family was Mexican-American, proud, hard-working, full of love, and Vanessa, she was special, smart, driven, athletic. She had this energy about her, like she knew exactly who she was meant to be. From a young age, she talked about joining the army. Not just as a job, it was her calling. She wanted to serve, to protect, to make her family proud. And she did. Straight out of high school, Vanessa put on that uniform. She was stationed at Fort Hood, Texas. She was strong, focused, brave. But beneath that uniform, something was wrong. Vanessa started to feel unsafe. She confided in her family that she was being sexually harassed, that someone in her unit made her feel uncomfortable, violated. But she was scared to report it. Scared of retaliation. Scared of being dismissed. And sadly, that fear? It was justified, because in the military, especially for women and especially women of color, speaking up can feel like screaming into a void. You're told to be tough, to follow orders, to keep quiet. April 22nd, 2020, Vanessa Guillén vanished. She was supposed to be at work that day, but she never showed. Her keys, her phone, her wallet, all left behind. But Vanessa was nowhere to be found. Her family knew instantly something was terribly wrong. They begged the army for answers, but for weeks there was nothing. Silence, denial, delays, so her family took matters into their own hands. They marched, they spoke to the press. They said her name loud and clear, Vanessa Guillén, and they made sure the world listened. On June 30th, 2020, over 2 months later, human remains were found near a river, 20 miles from the base. Days later, it was confirmed. They were Vanessa's. Vanessa was 20 years. She had been killed, brutally, by a fellow soldier, Aaron Robinson. He bludgeoned her to death with a hammer inside an armory room on base. Then, with the help of his girlfriend, he dismembered and tried to hide her body. When the authorities closed in, Robinson took his own life. Vanessa never got her day in court, never got to speak her truth, but her voice, it still found a way to rise. Vanessa's death lit a fire across the country. Thousands of people, soldiers, veterans, survivors, came forward with their own stories of abuse and silence in the military. A movement was born. I am Vanessa Guillén. It wasn't just about her anymore, it was about every woman who was ever told to toughen up, to be quiet, to not ruin a good man's career. Her family took their pain and turned it into purpose. They met with lawmakers, they demanded change. And Congress listened. The I Am Vanessa Guillén Act was introduced to hold the military accountable, to give service members a safe, independent way to report sexual harassment and assault, to say enough is enough. And while the fight isn't over, it's begun. Because of Vanessa. Because of her mother's tears. Her sister's strength, her community's voice. She didn't die in vain. Aaron Robinson had took his life once he found out that investigators was onto him about the crime he did. His girlfriend ended up getting 20 years. Vanessa Guillén was more than a soldier. She was a light, a protector. A young woman with dreams bigger than the world was ready for. Her story isn't just a tragedy, it's a wake-up call. It's a reminder that justice doesn't come easy, and silence is never safe. And even though her life was cut short, her legacy, it's eternal.